Determination, laser focus, banging on they door, they taking notice. Determination, laser focus, banging on they door, they taking notice.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Jayduce Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready? Blue 8. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Watch twist.
Play fake. Winston. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Follow. 56.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Well, he's going to take a shot, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watch the screen. Pass. 11.
throwing again on second down. Breeze. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Throwing now is Breeze. And Gaines got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 24 yards.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8.
Let's go, Steve. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Check 26, check 26.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
95, 56. 5-1.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Buzz.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Ready. Hey, kill. Hey, Haywood.
57. Mike, 57.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
57's the Mike. Rock 57.
Here it comes. Hey, check Mike 57. Check. I know he ain't got it.
Breeze will try again on second down. He's going to wind up, and this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake, Winston. Airing it out deep for Smith. He's got it with the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting...
And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Kill. Hey, wahoo!
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
To try again after the sack. Breeze. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. You're good. I full. Ready. Over. Wait,
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That's on the 2nd-round pick, Eric McCoy from Texas A&M. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
13.
45.
Hey, orbit. Come on. You better bring it.
45. Mike, 45.
Hey,
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready. Back from behind. Flip. He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun, Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Ready? Black, here we go, even.
On 2nd down, Barber.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 27 Mike. 27. Green, 17.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Ready. 125.
Rebound.
Wait.
56. Mike, 56.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Gay's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the drive starts with a completion, left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
57's the mic. Watch 57. You got
Breeze now on first down. And this is going to be incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Check 50. We go 21. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 45 the mic. Check. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Breeze now. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Ready? Yellow waiting. Come to my work. 11. Come to my work. 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, Team 6.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Yellow waiting. 57. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. 19. Don't let him breathe, defense. Go. 57. Mike, 57. Watch the run. 57. You kill. 57. Hey, I'm coming after you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away, was Mike Edwards.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Now Kamara. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up of 3.
Ready? You ready? You kill.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Check.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Will Lutz on for the field goal.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Play action now, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Ready? Blue way. March 56. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Winston gives to Barber. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Black 25. Come on. Run back.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
Even.
A 6-yard
on second down now. It's Barber. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jayduce to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. A first down throw for Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Ready, black 22, 44. Yo.
Here's Barber. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gay knocks this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The final shot before half the Breeze. That's caught out left by Perriman. And out across midfield down to the 45. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
0-2. Hey, Echo. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, come on,
From midfield, here's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Play action. Breeze. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Easy, opposite. Hey, Charlie. I'm coming for you, son.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
It's just me and you. We play to win.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
I'm coming. Watch the safety creep.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, it's Breeze. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Touchdown, New Orleans! Brashad Perriman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Play fake. Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cameron Batson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Breeze. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He's got a first down and inside of midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Breeze. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Breeze to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
44, Mike, 44. Wait. Watch the boot.
They'll stay on the ground with Barber. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action. Winston. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Ginn. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brees. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run it with Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
95, 56. I got him. Slam. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run with a fullback line. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll get this complete to Batson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's McKissick trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Off the play fake, Winston. Dancing to his left. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
It's now 4th down.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, You can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. They were down to their final 2 plays. They needed something to get them started. That was the one.
And it was a big one indeed. And so now they get a chance to continue to go downfield. Let's see if they go for a big one here.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Tampa Bay, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.